And to Culture Wars. Well, joining me as always for that is Rowan Dean, a columnist, editor, bon vivant, editor of Spectator Australia, should have added. Well-dressed host of Outsiders of Sky News on Sundays at 9 a.m, always looking bushy and everything like that. Rowan, great to see you. The reason I like having you on the show is that I have completely lost faith that Donald Trump is going to win the election. You keep coming back saying he is, and then I hope he is, but somewhere on the positive side of the ledger. And you told me today you got excited about an ad that he made to mark his return from hospital after supposedly recovering from the virus. Let's have a look at some of it. That is a heck of a bit of choreography there for a guy that's just got out off his deathbed, according to me. Why does that make your heart go pitter-pat when I'm still thinking he's going to lose, he's going to lose, he's going to lose?
OK, well, the first thing, Andrew, is rest assured he's going to win. He's going to win in a landslide. I'm just painting the picture for you. Here's the United States of America. It's basically all red, apart from a little bit of blue up here in the northeastern corner, and a little bit of large stretch of blue down on the west coast there, and a blob of blue in the middle, which is Colorado or somewhere. Other than that, it's all red. He only needs 270 college votes or whatever it is to win. He's going to get well over 300, 320, 330, whatever.
Right,
so he's going to win in a landslide.
Where do you get this
from? He's going to win in a landslide. So the reason is that when Donald Trump fights, Donald Trump wins. And the problem has been his initial instinct with the coronavirus was the same as here. OK, there's a deadly virus happening over in China. Well, what's the common sense thing to do? Stop the border, stop people coming in from China, and then just get on with it. Of course, that was immediately let's be really clear that the politicisation of COVID was done entirely by the left. It was the left who said, oh, no, you're racist for doing that, and ordered people to go around and hug Chinese people at the Chinese New Lunar Year, New Year celebrations to get them kind of to show that they weren't racist. Then the left demonised drugs like hydroxychloroquine. The left have been playing this, and I don't need to tell you where you are now, how disastrous the left have been at playing politics with this virus. Donald Trump's instincts were, OK, it's dangerous, sure. But we've got to live with the thing and basically keep the economy going and life goes on as normal. He's really floundered when, Biden and others seemed to be getting the better of him by saying, oh, we're all got to wear masks. And he kind of floundered there for a while. But now he's decided not only to fight the thing, he's fighting it on the basis he's had it. He's been there, he's had it, he knows what it's like, he's survived, and as far as he's concerned, and no one downplays the tragic deaths that have occurred, but as far as he's concerned, you fight it, you live with it, and you get on with it. That's his new pitch. That's hence the helicopter, the White House, all the grandiose Hollywood-style thing is, I'm back, here I am, and I'm going to take Biden on this thing. So the choice now for the American people is the leader who's determined to get the economy back, saying, look, this thing's bad, but we're going to manage it, we're going to beat it, we're going to be fine with it, to this character wandering around in a black mask, miserable and depressed the whole time. The public loves a winner, the public loves a fighter, and they will be behind Trump all the way on this. Who are you going to vote for? A guy who says, don't worry too much about this thing, we can beat it, or the guy who's all panic and doom and gloom? I know who's going to win. Well,
I'd like to see that reflected in some polls very shortly, but we'll see.
The polls are just polls are propaganda for the media to sell the Biden message. You know that, Andrew.
I should have been at your lunch today with you, I think.
Hey, Tears and Tim send their best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tim Story, you're a great artist, man. And Piers, you're a great writer. Rowan, in 1936, just briefly, the Olympic movement sold its soul to a dictator, Adolf Hitler, gave Berlin the Olympic Games, got them turned into a kind of Nazi rally, propaganda coup for the Nazis, who 3 years later declared war. Another 2 years from now, it's the turn of another dictatorship, a dictator, China's Xi Jinping, to be given the Winter Olympics, despite China jailing a million Muslims. Britain's Foreign Secretary now says that could mean Britain boycotts those games. Here is DOMINIC RAAB.
I think the concerns of what's happening to the Uyghurs, the detention, the mistreatment, the forced sterilisation, is something that we cannot just turn away from. Generally speaking, my instinct is to separate sport from diplomacy and politics, but there comes a point where that may not be possible.
Briefly, Rowan, should Australia boycott those games?
Yes. We have to stand up to China. I'd like Dominic Raab was saying, and I know I suspect that as you feel the same, Andrew, it's horrible when we mix up politics and sport. But in certain times through history we've needed to, and there are certain times when we haven't, and we've regretted it. This is one of those times. The behaviour of the Chinese is just beyond the pale in terms of what's happening. 400 detention centres, rumours of organ donation, there's some pretty nasty stuff rumoured to be happening. We don't know because it's a totalitarian state and they keep their secrets closely guarded. But from what we can gather, there's some grotesque things happening to the Uyghurs. That's been demonstrated in courts in Europe and elsewhere. So, yes, the West has to stand for values. We have to stand up and say, no, China, sorry, you don't get the prestige. You don't get to be all lovey-dovey like us, like, here you are, the great friendly Chinese nation. You don't get that. You don't get it.
It's a big call, but look, the shame that came from giving Hitler the games, we could learn to our chagrin if that goes ahead this time around with China. Rowan Dean, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Andrew.